Richard Ortiz, your host of TheFightersVoice.com. Every Saturday on Radio 1680 AM. Voiceography at its finest. Remember, every fighter has a voice.
And so do you at 1680 AM, The Fighter's Voice. And so does the man, Marcos Hernandez. This next segment is sponsored by Serrano's Furniture, the best furniture in town. If you need furniture, give Serrano's a call. They'll take care of it all, and you will stand tall. Enough said about that. Hey, we got this big event. March 10th in Lemoore, California. Univas TV. Man, I want you to break this down. Tell us about these fighters that are on this card, and I got a question to ask. Why aren't you in this card, and when are we going to see you in Fresno again?
Just different side of business with the boxing world. That's just how things work, I guess. Out of my control. I'm just a fighter. I don't get too much into the business part.
Okay, that's a respectful answer, and I respect that. Now we got Andy Vincent's headlining that card.
Yeah, great fighter.
Great fighter, works real close, and has something similar to what you have. I believe his father's in the corner, just like your father's in your corner, right?
Yeah.
And also we got Daniel Valdivia, El Chapulín, a.k.a. the Mexican Tommy Hearns. What's your assessment on Daniel in his career?
He's got up on 2 different occasions to pull out victories, which is hard to do. Shows he has heart.
When you say got up, what do we mean? Got up out of bed or got up off the campus? Off the campus?
Yeah.
Okay, off the campus.
That's nice. Getting up off the campus and coming back and winning hard fights is not something to be slept on, which shows he's a good fighter with a lot of heart.
That's the key and the recipe to a great fighter, actually. And now we got Kilo Madera coming off that big grudge match with Joe Smokin' Lopez, who'll be in studio with us next Thursday. The Smoke Show will be in studio here at 1680 AM, The Fighter's Voice. So let's talk about Kilo Madera.
Oh yeah, Kalisto's crazy. He's a character. You gotta follow that guy on Instagram. He's one of those guys. You just gotta see what he's up to.
Yeah, it has a different personality. Yeah. You know, I'll touch on that fight. I was very impressed on the way he was able to discipline his mindset and sit back and steal some rounds by boxing instead of going all caveman-like style, brute style. And he actually showed some skill set. Do you agree with that, or is it just me?
I thought that was very smart of him to fight that way. Not that he couldn't be successful going forward, but I thought that was a better game plan. I think just because Joey's a bigger fighter. And fighting in the inside with Joey is doing what Joey likes to do. So him moving and fighting how he did was a good game plan. And I didn't expect that, because usually we see Kilo just going for broke, doing what he does. But he fought real smart that fight. I was very impressed.
And so was I. And let's not forget the first 30 seconds looked like Tommy Hearns Hagler. There was no. It lived up to all the hype. It was none of this. Hey, it's just this or that. No, it was a real grudge match.
Yeah, no, it was a great fight. It was a very good fight. I was there to watch that fight live, and I had a great time.
I'm gonna ask you a question. I want an honest answer, please. Did you watch the interview, The Face Off, at all? When they sat down together, when they had the interview.
I watched. Oh yeah. Oh, with you, yeah. Rick was there too. Yeah. I watched clips on Instagram. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Okay.
I was just interested in them fighting. I already know about the whole. The trash talk and stuff.
Yeah, I just try to give myself a plug as much as possible. Because, get too many plugs, so we'll take that one, right?
I'm ready for it. I'm ready. I was just ready to watch the fight.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, now, and I'm going to get back on this subject right now, but then we also got the Latin Cobra, Saul Lomas. He'll be on the card too. Tell us about your friendship and the way you admire and respect his talent.
I got a lot of love for Saul. I grew up around him as a kid, just going to his fights. And I got a lot of respect, and I got a lot of love for Saul. He's like, he's someone I grew up just admiring. He was a pro when I was a little kid.
He has that charisma, don't you think? He has that charisma outside the ring too, yeah?
Yeah, and he's a great guy. I got a lot of love for Saul. Oh, I don't know what else to say. He's a great man.
No, he is. He's a good guy. And also, you got Madera's own Brian Lua. Who just right now actually he's in Riverside training at Robert Garcia's Academy. We actually made the drive down there, did some footage of him. And what's your take on that young cat?
Brian Lua is very talented. We'd like to see when he goes in his pro I got to the last fights late for his pro debut. That's the only fight I missed. I got there right after him. I think it was like the first fight on the card. So I missed this, but I heard he had a good opponent, and he fought hard and fought well. So that's good for him, and I wish him nothing but the best.
Okay, I'm going to take this muzzle off my mouth and this thing that's probably telling me, Richard, don't go there. But I'm going to go there. I mean, you gave me the microphone and you go there. Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Daniel Valdivia, Kilo Madera, Joe the Smoke Lopez, Madman Hernandez. Did you know that only 5 to 6 pounds separates you guys from getting in the ring and going after it?
Yeah. If it ever comes about, you know, we'll of course, you know, see what happens.
If dollars make sense and the pay-per-view numbers are there.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there. You know, I'm not stirring anything up. I don't want to get a text message or someone Instagram me and all over again and said, would you do this and that?
See what happens with it.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, hey, we're Team Madman over here at 1680 AM, the Fighter's Voice.
Yeah, I'll be ready for anybody.
That's what I want to hear. That's the attitude of a fighter. None of this, well, you know, I'm not too sure. I'm not for certain. The door's open. It sure in the hell ain't closed, but yeah, it's open. It's open for business. Is that safe to say, Madman?
Well, if you look at the opponents I fight, it's hard for other people to compete with that. And my opponents are only getting better. I'm looking for another tough opponent coming up next. I'm not backing down from nobody. I got a good fighter coming up who I got to get ready for.
And you know what, man? And I like that attitude. I love that attitude as a fighter. You embrace the challenge. You accept the challenge. You conquer the challenge. You are the challenge. The Madman is the challenge. You know, so if you haven't heard, we should get new shirts that say the Madman is the challenge. In the back we'll put is the challenge along with the Fighter's Voice. I can see that happening right there, man. I need to get into marketing. You got Pete Lopes' number. I'm going to give Pete a call right now. I mean, I love that man, and I think he'll love these ideas. We need to sit down on the round table, and you, me, Pete Lopes, and start endorsing those shirts right there. And you know what? We'll have Main Events graphics get down on that stuff right there, man. And there's be a plug right there.
Yeah, we got a good fighter coming up. I'm gonna get ready for this guy. We got, as long as he signs the contract, because I already told him I'm good for it. I'm ready for it.
So what date do we have?
We don't have a date yet. We're waiting on to see if the guy accepts the fight. And then once that happens,
so paperwork is in place for you. A contract is in place for you for your next fight. Do we have a town? Do we got a city? What's going on?
Yeah, we're telling California. That's all we've been told. And then maybe late February.
Oh well, you know the Fighter's Voice has to be there on site, taking reports, taking interviews, taking photos, the whole nine, covering the Madman as he walks out of the ring, as he gets his hands wrapped to go into the ring for war, to lay the other combatant down so he can look at the lights. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I do.
And that's what he does. You know, he's just being humble right now, but you got to see this guy work. I've been in the gym with this guy, man. We haven't sparred yet because we're going to meet at a catch weight.
All I do is work, Rich.
I know this. I know this. And we're going to talk about work. You know, one of our slogans is, when you're sleeping, we're working. Plain and simple, bar none. So we're going to patent that when we get off right here. And also, we're going to patent this commercial break that we're going to take right now and give a big plug for Serrano's Furniture. Remember, the Fighter's Voice, 1680 AM. Every fighter has a voice, and so do we at 1680 AM, the Fighter's Voice.